Great. Um, Now coming to number 6. Number 6, because volcano mining is number 3, and then windows and glasses number 4, and then number 5 is diamonds and diamond creators, and then number 6 is oils. So oils, it is this thing that I'll also be mining oils, and then number 7 is sky. So on the sky I'll be actually creating I'll be actually taking care of birds, né? And so when I take care of birds, it is this thing that we already know that birds, them are they're actually stuffs that we know that they are going to be taken care of and be grown like those ones of the oceans and of the lands, which is of the forest there. And then I'll have different kinds of birds. And then the bullies of the sky, them they'll be taken out. That way I also own the sky under my entrepreneurial skill. Great, which is number 7, that one of sky. And then and then we have number 8. Number 8 is in space, né? And then in space we'll be having the same thing that happened to the oceans and the land. So those guys that are already in the space, it should be their last time doing those kinds of stuff from a certain marking. And then number 9, I'll be owning those planets, because in those planets I'll be making life, regenerating life, same way as it is inside here. And then those waters, I take them to space, limiting them because there are very too many of them, and then they can even kill us. So yeah, that is how that one will be taking place there. And then we'll be taking them and putting some woods and some other stuffs inside there, just so they can be stored for extra space if it is those things inside that inside those planets. But that is how life will be in space and in those planets, because inside those planets, that is how we'll be able to breathe from inside of them, and then life will go on like that. Great. And then it closes, however it will be closing there, because we only need breath there. And then all those stars, the same planet in here will regenerate it there with science and AI, which is IT, howsoever there. And then that source of power, I'll still tell you about the sun after. And so now next now after, because now I'm on number 9. Space is number 8, and then number 9 is planets, and then number 10 is gold. So I'll also be mining golds. And then number 11, I'll be mining all the stones that are all around here, and minerals, you can name them. Those that are many for me to name them. It helps also for specificity there, to be specific even more. Those kinds of things. And then coming to solar. So solar, it is that power that we'll be using for those other planets. That way those planets can have more life, né? And so now through solar, it is this thing that solar actually, it is going to be helping us through this thing. Like you see, solar, this heat is also stronger enough, né? So what is going to happen is that those screens of solar, plastic and glass, it just has to come outside the planet, which is planet Earth. Once they came outside planet Earth, they'll come out through a cable, and then that cable, outside of it, there'll be a metal, strong metal coming from the South Pole there. Inside South Pole on the ground, they will dig, and then we stored batteries there, né? So batteries there is the same thing as inside your household, and then you know that inside your household there, all those things there, they can light. It's only because of during the night. At the same time, during the night, they can still last. So when they're outside the planet, they won't have bad weathers, because of now, even when it is raining, they'll be fine. So them, as long as they're outside planet Earth, just around the ozone layer, they're just outside there. They have to come out, not inside. But as long as they cross clouds, but they have to come out, because that cable is long. Plus even inside this planet is circulating too much. And so them, the closer they get is the better, and then they'll be in the sky like satellites, as they'll be there. Great. And so now we have number 13, which is slaves and prisoners, né? Which are those demons that are identified. So those demons, as they are identified, it becomes this thing that because on that part of the planet, of the sun, it can circulate all around as it pleases, né? And so to 13, it is this thing that slaves are actually going to be prisoners now. because they are the demons that are identified under the human image and under the role of King Solomon. And then those ones of stepfathers and all those other ones, they'll pay for what they were doing there. And then we have also this thing of knowing that them it is 3-2-1 on them. So them it is this thing that they play the role of King Solomon there. That's why you see that they are the last demons that are identified under the human image. Yeah? So those ones there, it is preventing it and not slinging it on them, but turning them into slaves. That way they can still live longer enough. They are the real demons that are identified under the human image. As King Solomon, he identified those ones that were outside the human image. Yeah? And so to the slaves' income there, what is going to happen there? 50% to that real business, and then that business owner, and then out of that other 50%, 25% comes to me because it is my entrepreneurial skill, and then 25% goes to the state from those slaves' income. Yeah? And so those slaves those are the ones that actually got blamed for rape, as you know DJs can be, and then they are blamed by parents as if they were wrong, knowing that these kids they like alcohol and to runs to buy whatever it is that they want to buy. Otherwise, the fathers that ran away and you had to force them to pay for the child support, they'll all have to be taken into prison. And when they're taken into prison, all those kinds of stuff, they'll be okay. Né? So those are the ones that did not even manage to do that, they'll also be doing those things. Because you see, to a kid, even if you are not working, you have to call or something, maybe giving them R1, go and check or something. Those kinds of measures, you get me? Unlike those other ones that have abandoned them completely. Né? And so to those ones of rape, we are going to cut those dicks, and then we are going to put you a pipe. Né? When you put you a pipe, then that way we are fine with each other. Those kinds of measures there. Otherwise, slaves, then they'll be doing my agricultures there, my businesses there, and all those other stuffs there. As will also be having robots whatsoever there. Né? But they'll be the ones that will be busy with those kinds of things. And also to female prisoners, they have to come out and then be house arrested or yard arrested, as there'll be other males that would prefer to have them. Otherwise, even me, I would have been happy to have them very much. Otherwise, we do not throw away pussies. Yeah, great. Cool.